All right, before we get to Todd, here's where we're at now, just over 14,000 on the power outages. Again, at 4:30, we started this, so it was about 9,000.
Yeah.
So steadily climbing throughout the morning, more heavy wet snow falling all over the place.
But believe it or not, a lot of that has to do with last Friday's storm.
Makes total sense, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it over the weekend how beautiful the landscape looked because every tree and limb still had all that snow on it.
Yeah.
Never got blown off. Usually after a storm, the sun will kind of beat down on it, and eventually it kind of, you get all these snow bombs. They fall off the tree and you're walking underneath, you're like, oh gosh, I gotta get out. But it never came off. So we've already got a little weight on the limbs and we've added a little more. So I do think those numbers will creep up a little more. I don't think it ever gets like really, really bad like we had earlier this winter. But still, we're at 14,000 outages. We could get over 20,000 when it's all said and done. All right, this is a tool we use in the summer months when tracking severe thunderstorms and trying to see if thunderstorms have tornadoes within them. It's a debris finder, and it can pick up different shapes of objects that are flying in the sky. And in this case, in the wintertime, sometimes we can use it to detect mixing lines because sleet pellets and raindrops have different shapes than snowflakes do. And there's your line right now, cutting through York County, right along the coastline in Casco Bay and the mid-coast. Now I'm going to put this into motion so you get an idea of which direction it's going in, and you can clearly see it's trying to work inland. Now it's not going to get much farther than where it is right now, but we have snow falling in downtown Portland while some heavy sleet falls in Cape Elizabeth. That's how close this mixing line is. York County, from Sanford, now we have some sleet. For a while it was snow. Down to the coastline we have some rain, so it's kind of a sloppy mess down here. But you get to Limerick, it's all heavy snowfall. And then the mid-coast, the same thing. Don Kerrigan told us we've got sleet pellets falling, but up in Wiscasset along Route 1, that's heavy snow. And the radar is seeing this pretty well, although I think this is a little farther along. I think we are getting some sleet in Sanford. But this is kind of a sloppy, slushy mess along the beaches of York County, temps 33 in Kittery Point. You get up to the Portland area, Cape's 31 with some sleet, Portland's 28, heavy snowfall, and there's snow on the ground, and obviously it's very slow on the roads. The deeper you go inland, the colder it is. Naples 25, Turner 24, Livermore 26, Bethel 25. This is all pure powder. This is gold for the ski resorts and snowmobile country. You just heard from Mallory Brook in Norway. It's all powder there, looking real good. So there's your mid-coast. Some of the islands and peninsulas that jut out are getting the sleet right now. But again, Wiscasset, Waldoboro, on up through Belfast, it's heavy snow. Down East Coastline snow right now. The mixing line will work in. You are going to mix for a while, and then it'll all collapse back and get you back to snow. Heavy snow most of the morning. We'll mix with a few sleet pellets, but this is primarily snow for Bangor and all the surrounding communities. Low pressure over Atlantic City travels along the stationary front, so we stay on the coldest side of the storm. And look how far back this precipitation shield goes, all the way down into the Appalachians. We've got a long way to go, folks. All morning long, we're going to see snow. Some of it will be on the heavy side. There will be some mixing along the coastline. You can see the pink and the greens and yellows, but roads will be snow covered and a sloppy mess. Drive safely. Midday, it'll be snowing at a pretty good rate in most spots outside of the mountains and north, where you're not going to get much from this storm, just like the last one on Friday. Roads remain challenging to navigate and drive around on. Evening commute, tapering off in Lewiston, Augusta, Waterville, Bangor. Still snowing, though, for the coastline, and then all of it shoves off the coast by late evening, and we clear out overnight. We're looking at a solid 6 to 10 inches. There may be a few towns that get over 10, especially with that fluff factor. The farther north you go, the less snow you will see, but even a couple of inches will cause problems on the roads for sure. Tomorrow, much better. The storm is gone. We get some sun in the morning and then some clouds in the afternoon as that front brings in some really cold air for the middle of the week. Wednesday's high is only in the 20s. So when this next storm arrives, Wednesday night and Thursday, we're going to start off with some snow, but it does look like we transition to an icy mix and probably to some plain old rain. This one will also hug the coastline and may actually be a little warmer than the one that's going on right now. And that would include more rain than snow with the next storm. But still, it looks like a mess, and we may end up with more delays and cancellations Thursday morning. perhaps the third day off from school for the kids in less than a week. Gale warnings are up, seas 4 to 6, north winds gusting to 40 knots. Snow mixing with some sleet and rain along the coast for a little while, and then it's all snow this afternoon before tapering this evening. Again, 6 to 10 inches. Sun and clouds tomorrow in the 30s. Really cold with a high near 25 on Wednesday. And then a messy mix Wednesday night into Thursday with more delays expected there. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right now look fine. We won't have a storm during that stretch, although Sunday night, Monday, we might get something. And as you can see, there won't be much melting. Not this weekend, not over the weekend. So what you got out there likely sticks around, which we've had a lot of trouble doing.
Yeah, we
this
have.
winter.
Again, we're due for this. We really are.
Finally, winter.
All right, don't watch this next part.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Are these
Cowboys.
highlights?